Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good day everyone. I hope you are all healthy and happy. I am Hafizah Ulfah from English Education Department 2018 Class B. Alright, I would like to present my thesis undergrad proposal entitled The Impact of Using Game Towards Student Speaking Skills in EFL Classroom. Alright, as we know that right now, in this modern era, most people around the world are using English as an international communication among countries in all sectors, including education. This is supposed to be the reason why people learn English in their country as a second and a foreign language. Like Indonesia, people learn English as a foreign language. In learning process, it needs to hear, understand, read, and always practice what they learn, especially in learning language. In Indonesia, school systems mostly set learning English since they are in kindergarten until university. However, they still get some problems in their speaking skills. The really common problem that is found in Indonesia is the students cannot express what they want to convey because their lack of vocabularies, or maybe they are not confident, or maybe they are confused of the idea what they want to convey. But actually, speaking skills is clearly the important skills that everyone needs to master it, since it is really important for communication with each other. It becomes really common problem for every student who usually get bored in the teaching learning process itself. However, making class atmosphere to be more interesting or have a positive vibes is clearly the main key of making students understand toward the lesson being taught. Unfortunately, many teachers still didn't use games as teaching media in teaching learning activities because some of problems. First, some teachers think that using media adds to the hassle. Teaching using media needs preparation if the media use the electronic equipment such as videos or computers. Second, the media is sophisticated and expensive. This view also persists among teachers, which the reason is certainly not valid. Media are not always sophisticated and expensive because the substantial value doesn't lie in its sophistication, let alone its high price, lies in its effectiveness and efficiency in helping the learning process. However, using games in order to increase the student speaking skill isn't as difficult as they imagine. Thus, the researcher, me, wants to perceive the impact of using games to the student speaking skill. Third, the problem comes from the students, and the researcher found that they have the difficulties understanding textbooks, so it raises feeling bored, which causes there is no attention from the students when the classroom period. Okay, now move to the previous study. First, from Maria and Friends 2019, in their research entitled A Qualitative Study of the EFL English Teachers' Perception Towards Teaching Vocabulary Using Word Games for Junior High School in Semarang Central, Japa. To use or to reject? As you can see, it is a qualitative research where the method is giving the questionnaire. The research question consists of two. They are: what is the teacher's perception towards teaching vocabulary using games? And what is this research to be used or to be rejected? And the other similar research is Dr. Abdul Razik Ibrahim's research, also 2019, entitled Advantages of Using Language Games in Teaching English as a Foreign Language in Sudan Basic Schools. The purpose of this research is to know the usage of language games is useful in teaching foreign language, and the importance for teachers to use language games in the classroom. And then the last one, Yingjiang Wang and friends in 2019 in their research entitled The Influence of Video Games on Vocabulary Acquisition in a Groups of Students of PBI in English Teaching. This research is held to know how much video games influence vocabulary acquisition in a group of students from PBI English in English, and it is action research or ER with method using observation. It indicates that video games could be used as effective tools in the classroom. Therefore, to fill the gap of the literature, these studies focus on media and teaching learning process, focusing on finding out the advantages and disadvantages of using games as media in language classroom to increase speaking skills from the teacher's perspective and knowing the impacts of using games as media in language classroom to increase student speaking skills. Based on the explanation before, the findings of this study are expected to give the information both the teacher and the students, since the atmosphere of the classroom is very important point in making teaching learning process itself to be more interesting, fun, and easy to understand. And then, based on the background of the study before, I formulate the several research question. The first research question is, what are the advantages and disadvantages of using games as media in language classroom to increase speaking skills from students' 11th grade perspective? And then the second is, what are the advantages and the disadvantages of using games as media in language classroom to increase speaking skills from the teacher's perspective? And then the third one is, what the impacts of using games as media in language classroom to increase speaking skills for 11th grade students. Alright, the objectives of this research are to analyze the advantages and disadvantages of using games as media in language classroom to increase speaking skills from students and the teacher's perspective, and then to know the impacts of using games as media in language classroom to increase speaking skills for 11th grade students. Alright, this is my research methodology. In my research, I use a descriptive qualitative method to investigate the impacts of using games to the students in the English language classroom, and will be presented descriptively in the form of words. According to Creswell, 2019, qualitative research is a method for exploring and understanding individuals or groups' meaning ascribed to a social or human problem. This method is usually called naturalistic research because it is done naturally in a condition to investigate exceptional lives of personal or individuals, group, societies, or organization. And then the research takes place in MA Hidayatullah Martapura, South Kalimantan. It is located in Pangeran Hidayatullah Street, Martapura. There are 4 classes. It consists of 32 students in each class. The study subject are 11th grade students in 11th grade classes and the teacher who taught English. And then the instrument of this study will be interview, but the writer will match several similar the result of the studies to make it more objective. Okay, that's it, my presentation of thesis undergraduate. Hoping that you can get my general point of what I'm doing to do in this research. Alright, thank you so much for watching my video till the end. I apologize for being mistaken. Stay healthy and happy. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.